So hello class, now today we are going to solve one another pattern through nested for loop. So now class, we all are very familiar about nested for loop. So let's see how we complete this pattern in our programming concept. We all are very familiar about this one, how we start our program, because in all pattern programs, all in all programs, we will start from public class and the name of our class. If I am writing it, then things are like this way. Public class and the name of our class is suppose pattern, and then public static void main string arguments are there, and then int a b, whatever variable we want we can initialize here, clear, and then we will start from here, like for I equal to something, and then for whatever we want. So in rest of the all program, we will start all program from here, clear. We no need to write these things because it takes our time. So see class, if you are completing this program, then how we start? So before starting this program, first of all we need to understand that what type of logics are there, because if we are start writing the code of our pattern, so we already need to understand that what type of pattern or what type of logics use in given pattern. You all are getting my point what I say. If we want to complete this pattern, if we want to print this pattern, so first of all we need to understand that what type of logics are used in this pattern. So let's see. Suppose the pattern is, I am writing here the pattern 5 4 3 2 1, clear? Or 5 4 3 2 1 4 3 2 1 3 2 1 2 1 and then 1. So see class, if we try to understand about pattern of this logics of this pattern, so first of all what we do, we just write linings, draw lines in this way, clear? So now see, 1 2 3 4 5 10 15 20 25, total 25 blocks are there, clear? So first of all, if we are using for loop, nested for loop, it means there is a one for loop and there is another for loop. Now suppose when we run our outer loop, because number of rows, one row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, if we want to print row, then number of rows depend on outer loop. So how many rows are there? 1 2 3 4 5 rows are there. So 5 rows means there are 5 outer loop runs 5 times in the program. How? Because in beginning of the program, I equals to 1, I equals to 2, I equals to 3, I equals to 4 and I equals to 5. It means for printing 5 rows, we need to run outer loop 5 times from 1 to 5. So we can understand that for I equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 5 and then I plus, clear? This one run 5 times our outer loop, and first time, second time, third time, fourth time and fifth time. But when we are going to print these values, clear? We also need to print this one now. If we are completing our first outer loop, like the first condition is true and then it enters in a inner loop. So when it enters in an inner loop, then it need to print 5 4 3 2 1. So we can say that printing processes are totally depend on inner loop. So suppose our inner loop run through j. So first time what it start printing? It start printing from 5 to 1. Clear? When outer loop runs, when outer loop condition is true, then inner loop print from 5 to 1. Now see next. When outer loop runs second time, then inner loop print from 4 to 1. When outer loop runs third time, then inner loop, I am writing a j, then inner loop runs from 3 to 1. When outer loop runs fourth number of time, then inner loop print from 2 to 1, and when outer loop runs fifth number of time, then inner loop print from 1 to 1, which is only 1. Okay, write it 1 to 1. Now see, I equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Outer loop runs how many times? 5 times because of this statement. But we need to print values also. So we just write here for j equal to, and now let's think what type of value we can store here, because the value of j is always changed. First time the value of j is 5, second time 4, third time 3, fourth time 2, and fifth time is 1. If I am writing here j equals to I, then it print 1 here, and in second number of time it start printing from 2. So it will be wrong output, because according to this one it start from 1 2 3 4 5, and then 2 3 4 5, and then 3 4 5. So this is wrong pattern, this is not right pattern. We need to print this one where always j starts from 5, then 4, then 3 2 and 1, 5 4 3 2 1. So we cannot see any logical relation between I and j. We are not seeing any type of logical relation. So for creating any logical relation, we need to twist something, we need to change something. What type of changes are there? We can run outer loop 5 times, but not in this way. We run outer loop 5 times, but in another way. Which way? Let's see. We just change the value of I. It starts from 5, and then 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. Clear? And our program is for I equals to 5, I is greater than or equal to 1, and I plus plus. Now because of this statement, outer loop again run 5 times, because we only want to run our outer loop 5 times. It does not matter what type of value we use. If we want, then we can write here this way: for I equal to 1000, I is greater than or equal to I equal to 1000, I is less than or equal to 1005, and then I plus plus. We can also run our outer loop in this way if we want. So according to us, according to our needs, we can change the values of I, but only we want to run our outer loop 5 times. Now see, if we are running I equal to 5, I is greater than or equal to 1, and I plus plus, then I is value 5, and it run 5 to 1. I equal to 4, and j run 4 to 1. I equal to 3, then j run 3 to 1. I equal to 2, then j run 2 to 1, and I equal to 1, so j run 1 to 1. It means what we see, the value of j, whatever is start, here it start from 5, here 4, here 3, here 2, here 1, always j depend on I. So now we can write here for j equals to I, and j is greater than or equal to 1, and j minus minus. One more thing is there, here is also I minus minus. Clear? So now j is greater than or equal to 1, and j minus minus. And after this, we can print here SOP is j, and after printing the value of j, we want to give some space between 5 and 4, some space between 4 to 3. So we can print here space in same statement, and then we close this loop, and again we write SOP ln. I thought you all understand what I am writing here. Let's see one more time. The values are like this way: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Clear? This one is our value. And now what we do? We can see here I equal to 5. Now 5. So 5 is greater than or equal to 1. Condition is true. So if the condition is true, then it enters in a curly bracket where j equals to I. Now j equals to 5. Now 5 is greater than or equal to 1. Condition is true. And if the condition is true, then it print j. Now what is the value of j? At this time j equals to 5. Then it print 5. And then it comes here. Now j minus minus. J changes into 4. 4 is greater than or equal to 1. Condition is true. It print j with space. So j is there 4. Now what we see? If j equal to 5 and condition limitation is 1, then j print 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. After printing 1, the condition of j will be false. And when condition of j is false, then it comes here SOPLN and change the line and comes here. Now I minus minus. So in beginning of program I equal to 5. Now I equal to 4. And what we see? 4 is greater than or equal to 1. Condition is true. Condition is true, then it comes here and j equals to I. Now at this time j equals to I and the value of I is 4. Now again it start printing from 4 to 1. In next number of loop, I decrement one more and the new value of I is 3. And then j equals to 3 and it prints from 3 to 1. Clear class? I thought you all are getting my point, what I say. First of all, if whenever we want to print any type of pattern, so we need to write that pattern in a very careful way. After this, we start denoting the value of outer loop as well as inner loop. Clear? And then we start searching logical relation between I and j. Because if we are able to find logical relations, then we can easily put the values here. And if we don't know about the logical relations, then we never print any pattern. So this is very important to know logical connection, or we can say that logical relation between I and j. I is outer loop and j is inner loop. Maybe it can be changed like outer loop run through A and inner loop run through B. So it's totally depend on you what type of variable you use for completing your loops. If you want to complete your outer loop with any type of other variable, then you can use. If you want to run your inner loop with any other variable like except I and j, so you can. But the relation between inner loop and outer loop is very important. So you can search relation through this way or any other way, whatever you feel prefer. But you need to find the relation between I and j, A and B, outer loop and inner loop. After finding the relation or logical relation between both, you can print your any pattern, whatever pattern you want to print. Okay.